resided in a remote area deep within the countryside, where the nearest neighbor's house was several miles away. Despite my parents' reluctance to leave me home alone, they found themselves compelled to embark on a journey to a town 40 minutes away to procure groceries. Despite my pleas to let me stay behind, they eventually relented, leaving me to my own devices for the first time in ages. Thrilled at the prospect of uninterrupted playtime with my Barbies, I reveled in the newfound freedom. The hours passed in blissful solitude until the tranquility was shattered by the unmistakable sound of my dogs barking furiously outside. Their frantic barks echoed through the house, sending shivers down my spine as I realized something was amiss. Rushing to the window on the second floor, I peered out and felt my stomach drop as I spotted a figure making its way up the long tree-lined driveway. Panic surged through me, and I screamed for reasons unknown, a primal instinct urging me to alert anyone within earshot of the impending danger. With trembling hands, I bolted down the stairs, desperately reaching the front door just in time to lock it, as the stranger's pounding fist echoed ominously. The scene unfolded like a scene from a horror movie, the tension thick in the air as I braced myself against the onslaught of the unknown. As I fumbled to secure the screen door, my fingers shaking with fear, I reached for the phone and dialed my father's number. The sound of his voice, a welcome relief amidst the chaos. His expletive-laden response only heightened my sense of dread as I listened to the commotion on the other end of the line. With bated breath, I awaited my parents' return, my heart pounding in my chest as the stranger continued his relentless assault on our sanctuary. It felt like an eternity before their familiar car pulled into the driveway, their arrival a beacon of hope in the darkness that threatened to engulf me. As they rushed to my side, their presence a source of strength amidst the chaos, the true nature of the intruder was revealed. A drunken neighbor seeking assistance after careening off the road. Though his intentions were benign, the terror he incited left an indelible mark on my psyche. In the aftermath of the ordeal, my parents took decisive action to ensure our safety, confronting the neighbor and issuing a stern warning against any future indiscretions. And though the incident left me shaken, it also served as a reminder of the strength that lies within, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. But the horrors of that summer day were not confined to the confines of our secluded home. In the darkness of night, as I awaited my boyfriend's arrival at a nearby bar, I found myself thrust into another harrowing ordeal that would leave me forever changed. Alone and vulnerable, I was accosted by a group of inebriated men, their leering gazes and lewd remarks sending shivers down my spine. In a moment of sheer terror, I found myself paralyzed, my mind racing as I grappled with the overwhelming sense of helplessness that threatened to consume me. But in the depths of despair, a glimmer of hope emerged. A stranger offering a lifeline in my darkest hour. With trembling hands and a heart heavy with gratitude, I accepted his offer of assistance, clinging to the faint glimmer of hope that had illuminated my path in the midst of darkness. As we navigated the treacherous path home together, his reassuring presence a balm to my frayed nerves. I felt a renewed sense of strength and resilience coursing through my veins. And though the scars of that fateful night would linger, they served as a poignant reminder of the power of kindness and compassion. In a world fraught with darkness, in the aftermath of these harrowing experiences, I found solace in the unwavering support of loved ones and the unwavering companionship of my guide dog, a faithful friend who would accompany me on every journey, serving as a constant reminder of the indomitable spirit that resides within us all. It was the summer of 2018 when my parents decided to take a much-needed vacation, leaving me alone at home for 2 weeks. Being accustomed to such responsibilities, I eagerly accepted the task of looking after our house, including our 2 dogs and the sprawling garden that my mother tended to with great care. However, little did I know that those 2 weeks would be filled with fear and uncertainty. Our house was situated on the outskirts of a small town, surrounded by dense woodland that stretched for miles. While the picturesque setting provided tranquility during the day, it harbored an unsettling aura once the sun set. Despite my parents' reassurances and the presence of our loyal canine companions, I couldn't shake the feeling of unease that lingered in the air. The first few days passed without incident, and I settled into a routine of caring for our home and spending time with our dogs. However, as the days wore on, strange occurrences began to unfold, gradually unraveling my sense of security. It started with subtle noises in the dead of night, faint rustlings and whispers that seemed to emanate from the depths of the surrounding forest. At first, I brushed them off as figments of my imagination, attributing them to the nocturnal activities of woodland creatures. But as the nights grew darker, the noises grew louder, more insistent, as if beckoning me into the darkness beyond. One evening, as I made my way back from the nearby convenience store, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every rustle of leaves, every fleeting shadow seemed to bear the weight of unseen eyes upon me. Despite my best efforts to maintain composure, a sense of dread gnawed at the edges of my consciousness, urging me to quicken my pace and seek solace within the confines of our home. As I approached our house, nestled at the edge of the forest, a flicker of movement caught my eye. A figure, shrouded in darkness, darted behind the trees, sending a chill down my spine. I quickened my pace, heart pounding in my chest, the rhythmic thud of my footsteps echoing in the stillness of the night. Upon reaching the safety of our home, I heaved a sigh of relief, thankful to be within the familiar embrace of 4 sturdy walls. But as I entered the dimly lit interior, a sense of foreboding washed over me, as if the shadows themselves whispered tales of unseen dangers lurking just beyond reach. That night, as I lay in bed, the haunting symphony of the forest seemed to grow louder, more cacophonous, a chorus of unseen voices that danced on the fringes of my consciousness. Sleep eluded me, my mind consumed by thoughts of what lurked in the darkness outside, waiting, watching. As the hours slipped by, the the veil between dream and reality blurred, and I found myself ensnared in a waking nightmare. Shadows danced across the walls, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes that seemed to mock my fear. And amidst the chaos, a voice, soft and sinister, whispered tales of forgotten horrors and ancient evils that slumbered beneath the forest floor. In a desperate bid to escape the suffocating grip of fear, I sought refuge in the company of our faithful dogs, their presence a comforting reminder of the tangible world amidst the swirling maelstrom of my nightmares. But even their steadfast loyalty could not quell the rising tide of unease that threatened to engulf me whole as dawn broke, casting its golden light upon the world outside. I emerged from the depths of my terror, shaken, but determined to confront the darkness that had ensnared me. With a newfound resolve, I ventured into the forest, determined to uncover the truth behind the sinister forces that haunted my every waking moment. What awaited me amidst the shadowed depths of the forest remains a tale shrouded in mystery, a testament to the enduring power of fear and the unyielding resilience of the human spirit. But one thing is certain: the echoes of that fateful summer night continue to linger, a haunting reminder of the darkness that lurks within us all. It was a quiet evening in the countryside, and I found myself alone at home while my parents went out to run errands. Despite my usual reluctance to be left alone, I convinced them to let me stay behind and enjoy some time with my toys. Lost in my own little world of imagination with my Barbies, I suddenly heard the unmistakable sound of my dogs barking furiously outside. Instinctively, I peered out of the window and froze in terror as I saw a figure making its way up the long, tree-lined driveway leading to our secluded house. Panic surged through me as I realized the gravity of the situation. Without a moment to spare, I raced downstairs to secure the front door, my heart pounding with each step. As I fumbled to lock the door, the sound of pounding fists reverberated through the house, sending shivers down my spine. The intruder was relentless, attempting to force his way inside. Desperate and on the verge of tears, I raced to check the other entrances, ensuring that every possible entry point was secured. With trembling hands, I dialed my dad's number on the home phone, praying for his swift return. His voice on the other end was a mix of concern and anger as he reassured me and promised to rush back home. Meanwhile, the relentless pounding on the door continued, the intruder showing no signs of relenting. Minutes stretched into eternity as I waited for help to arrive. Feeling utterly helpless and vulnerable, the darkness outside seemed to swallow me whole as I anxiously awaited my parents' return. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the intruder retreated, leaving behind a lingering sense of fear and unease. When my parents returned, they were met with a barrage of questions and tearful explanations. It was then that they revealed the true identity of the intruder, a neighbor who had stumbled onto our property in a drunken stupor. Though relieved that the threat had passed, the incident left a lasting impact on me, shattering my sense of security and leaving me wary of being alone. In the aftermath of that harrowing experience, I found solace in the company of our faithful family dog, whose unwavering loyalty provided a sense of comfort and protection. And though the scars of that night may never fully fade, I am grateful for the lessons learned and the strength gained from overcoming such adversity.